Classical Music Readers, Level 3. The Works of Johann Strauss II. Copyright 2023 Seed Learning. All rights reserved. Who was Johann Strauss II? Johann Baptist Strauss II was an Austrian composer born in Vienna in 1825. He was named after his father, Johann Strauss I, who was also a composer. Both father and son were popular for their waltzes, a highly popular ballroom dance. Johann's father was very strict. Even though he was a musician himself, he did not want his son to learn music. However, it seems that music was in his son's blood. As a child, Strauss II took violin lessons in secret. When Strauss was 17, his father left the family for another woman. However, this sad event gave Strauss the freedom to start working openly as a composer. Even after he left his family, Johann Strauss I still had power over his son's career. He was a big name in music, and people in Vienna were afraid to offer work to his son, because they did not want to make the young man's father angry. This situation made it difficult for the younger Strauss to find success in Vienna as a young man. Eventually, he was able to make a name for himself by performing music outside of Vienna. It appears that the older Strauss did everything he could to stop his son's career. Even though his father tried to stop his career, Strauss II became more famous than his father. He earned the title Waltz King because of the many waltzes he wrote. He was also famous for his operettas. In 1849, Johann's father died. He took over his father's orchestra and went on tour to Russia and England. In 1870, he decided to focus on writing music and gave the orchestra to his brothers. Music was a real family business for the Strausses. Eventually, Strauss II became far more famous than his father. He was respected by other composers, such as Wagner, and was good friends with Johannes Brahms. During his career, he wrote more than 150 waltzes, 18 operettas, and was composing a ballet when he died in 1899. The Blue Danube, Opus 314, 1866. The Blue Danube, Blauen Donau in German, is a waltz. It is one of Strauss's most famous pieces of music and is one of the best-known tunes from the 1800s. It is a rich tune full of variety, and a good example of why Strauss was so respected for his dance music. Strauss originally wrote the Blue Danube for a choral group, but he decided that it would be better as an orchestral piece. The introduction calls dancers to the floor. The piece then shifts through 5 different waltz themes. It's perfect for an evening of dancing. A waltz consists of a step, a slide, and step in 3/4 time. You might be surprised to learn that in Strauss's day, the waltz was a shocking dance. Why was it so shocking? Well, couples stood very close together and even embraced. In the 1700s, this close contact upset many. Die Fledermaus, 1874. Die Fledermaus is an operetta based on a German play. Translated into English, this title means The Bat. It took Strauss 2 years to write. Operettas are shorter than operas and have both spoken dialogue and songs. They are often funny. Not surprisingly, Die Fledermaus is a comedy. A man, Eisenstein, goes to a party with his friend, Dr. Falke, who is dressed as a bat. On the way home, Eisenstein leaves his friend alone in the street. People learn about this and start to call Dr. Falke Bat. He hates it. Sometime later, Eisenstein is in trouble and must go to jail. Eisenstein tells his wife, Rosalinda, that he is going to the jail, but he goes to a party with Dr. Falke instead. Rosalinda's boyfriend, Alfred, comes to their house. There is a mistake, and the police take Alfred to jail instead of Eisenstein. At the party, Eisenstein sees a beautiful lady wearing a mask. He does not know that this woman is really Rosalinda. In fact, it is a trick set up by Falke to get revenge on Eisenstein for embarrassing him. Rosalinda steals his watch to teach him a lesson. A famous song in this scene in Act 2 is called Watch Duet. Early the next morning, Eisenstein goes to the jail. He is surprised to find Alfred there. He is even more surprised when Rosalinda comes into the jail and asks the police to free Alfred. He is angry when he realizes that his wife is seeing Alfred. Rosalinda shows Eisenstein his watch and says he is also bad. Falke appears and explains the trick he played on Eisenstein. Everyone laughs. This operetta is still popular, mainly because both the story and the music appeal to audiences. Strauss captures the audience's attention with the overture, which contains many tunes that return during the operetta. The instruments used in this operetta are a flute, an oboe, 2 clarinets, a bassoon, 2 horns, 2 trumpets, 2 trombones, percussion, a harp, and strings. Der Zigeunerbaron, 1885. Der Zigeunerbaron, known in English as The Gypsy Baron, is probably Strauss's second most popular operetta. It was unusual because it was the first operetta from Vienna to be set in Hungary. The music has a Hungarian influence too. The Gypsy Baron was first performed in 1885, and soon became popular overseas. The main instruments used in this operetta are the same as those used in Die Fledermaus. Although it is an operetta, Strauss wanted the Gypsy Baron to be more like an opera, so it is more serious than his other operettas. It needs singers with strong voices. This operetta is still often performed today.